All right, we're on to word problems in our solving trig functions. So let's take a look at number 13. I have already set up most of these as pictures, but I'll still use triangles here in a little bit. But actually, let me do this. Let me zoom out a little bit more. Maybe too far. Here we go. So 13, recommended angle of elevation 75 degrees. They're saying at what height on a building does a 21-foot ladder reach? So what they're saying is the length of the ladder is 21 feet, and they want to know how far up the building it will reach because we're at an angle, so we won't get the full 21 foot of reach from that ladder. So that's where this this x comes in. So we're trying to find x. So if I were to draw this out in a triangle, it would look like this. It would say 75x and 21. So given that information, we can look at that and say, well, we have the opposite side length and the hypotenuse. So we're going to set this up as a sine function and say sine 75 is x divided by hypotenuse 21. So when we multiply both sides by 21, we get x is equal to 21 times this sine function of 75. When you plug that into your calculator, you should get 20.28 feet. That's units of feet. So do make sure in word problems, make sure you check the units on it. So first step, read the problem, make sure you know what you're doing, and set up the picture. Step 2 is solve the problem with the calculations at hand. But the last step is reread the question, make sure that you're answering the question posed here. We might be looking for how far away is the ladder, how tall is the building, different things. So you want to make sure that you ask yourself, am I answering the question at hand? And then you box in that right answer. So there you go. Oh, and make sure you put right units. Number 14, there we go. Find the measure of the angle of elevation of the sun when a 5-foot boy casts an 8-foot shadow. So there's my lovely image, 5-foot person and their 8-foot shadow. What we have to do is set up that triangle. In fact, it looks like I already did that. Here we have our 5-foot mark, vertically 8, horizontally. They're asking for the angle. Well, the trig function that gives us the opposite and the adjacent sides would be tangent. So we're going to set this up as tangent of our angle, unknown angle theta, is equal to 5/8. To undo the tangent and get theta by itself, we take the tangent inverse, the arctan. There's a few ways to say it. We take that tan inverse of tangent of theta, and what we do to one side, we do to the other. So we take the tan inverse of 5/8. On the left side, the tangent inverse, in a way, cancels the tangent or undoes that, so we're left with theta. And then tangent inverse of 5/8. So again, I'll do this on the calculator. I meant to clear that. There we go. We're trying to find the tangent inverse, so second tan, make sure you hit that second key. That gives us that little -1 key of the fraction 5/8. We get 32 degrees. In fact, if you round that, I guess I could be as precise as I can. We'll go 32.01 degrees. Okay, but that's the answer. And again, we're making sure it says find the measure of the angle. Our answer is an angle, so we should be set. 15, a plane flying at 800 feet altitude. So that's this picture drawn 800 feet in altitude. And they're traveling there 4,000 feet away from the runway. They're down from the runway 4,000 feet. So this picture depicts the height and the width, and it is again asking for finding the angle of depression. Well, do not leave that. what that's looking for, essentially they're really trying to find this angle right here, angle of depression. But again, from the very beginning of this unit, we know the angle of depression is going to, up here, that is going to be equal to the alternate interior angle, theta, of our triangle. So when we have theta, and then we are given the opposite and adjacent sides of that angle, we're going to use tangent. And our opposite is 800 feet. Our adjacent is 4,000 feet. Again, to undo theta, the tangent on theta, we take the tangent inverse, and that gets theta by itself. I'm just shorthanding it because we just did a problem exactly like this. And 4,000. So we get theta, again, we plug that in, tan inverse of, so second tangent key close that parenthesis, is 11.31 degrees. Again, you check, it says find the angle, so our answer is an angle, make sure you get your units correct, and we're looking at about 11-degree approach. All right, doing good. 16, we're at 7 minutes. I'm going to stop this one here at 7 minutes, and we've gotten 3 problems done. So I'm going to do another video, keep rolling these into question 16 in the next video.